Hello, everybody. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this special episode, I guess you could call it tonight. Excuse me, of the Ronnie Show. I'm so glad you could be with us here. Normally, we would air during the summer, but might as well throw in a special episode, mainly because we've got some.
Hey, there's three things I wish I would have learned when I first started out in real estate.
Yeah, nobody really cares, dude. There we go, all ready to get things started out. Okay, there we go. I think we're okay now. Hang on. All right, now we're good. I think we had some little bit of audio problems there. Because, I have the theme that we use for this show on a separate, thing, and then, we would go from there. So, yeah, but I think we got it all figured out. Yeah, like I said, normally we only air during the summer, but I thought we'd bring you a special episode here tonight just to, I guess we're going to go somewhat in a new format. You can already tell by the title of this episode. So, yeah, we're going to go back to the seasons now. For a while there, I kind of ended it, but now I think we're going to get back into it. Just because why not? So this is season 7, episode 26. This includes both all the summer shows from last year and then the 12 days this past year as well. So we got all that covered up, or we got all that covered. There's no cover-ups here on the Ronnie Show. And tonight is also the night where we start like titling our episodes. Like if the talk shows from the 1990s, they had these weird and crazy titles to them and stuff like that. We're going to be adding those to this show as well. So tonight's episode is called, I got to pull it up on the freaking thing. Let's see. The official title, instead of, season 7, episode 26, is Rocky Russo and Darius Endres Are Idiots. You're probably looking, you probably just heard that for the first time and you're thinking, what? Well, trust me, it'll all make sense. But first, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, then we'll get into what I mean by that. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
So I'm having this dream. I'm in a Turbo Z. And these guys are after me. But they can't touch me. So they got a car. But they can't catch me. So they got a plane. Just as they're about to catch me, the twin turbos kicked in.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad. Your life now revolves around sports.
Everett, Neela!
But you wouldn't trade it for anything. Welcome to Sporthood. DSG, only at Dick's.
Bacon? I'll get that bacon!
Bacon?
Bacon! Smoky bacon, meaty bacon, tasty bacon!
Bacon? Ooh la la.
I say, is that bacon?
Bacon! Bacon!
Who wants a bacon strip?
Me! I get it myself, but I don't have sons! Yum, 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 yum. It's bacon! I love you. I love bacon, I love you. I love bacon, I love you.
Beggin' strips, made with real bacon. There's no time like beggin' time.
When I grow up, on a file all day.
I want to climb my way up to middle management.
Be replaced on a whim.
I want to have a brown nose.
I want to be a yes man. Yes woman. Yes, sir. Coming, sir.
Anything for a raise, sir.
When I grow up,
I want to be underappreciated.
be paid less for doing the same job. I want sunshine blowing up my dress.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody to the Ronnie Show. Well, now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. Well, obviously I told you what the title is called. Rocky Russo and Darius Andres are idiots. Now, we're going to start off with Rocky Russo. He is the head coach of the Lincoln Stars. Right now, they are the best team in the USHL. In fact, I think all season long you can really argue that, and you, honest to God, probably will be right. I mean, they have just been on fire and fuego this year. Really since they really kicked things up, starting in late December, and they have really. In fact, coming into the game last Friday night, we got to go all the way back to March 7th to the whole start of this. They had won 17 of their last 18 games. I mean, that, like I said, dates back to, well, January, about somewhere in there. So, yeah, they had really been really hot since then. And then, of course, Thursday night, March 6th happened, and Lincoln, they got out to a lead. That's common with Lincoln, I guess we could call it. However, though, we came all the way back and we won in no, we didn't win in overtime. We won in regulation with like a minute and 45 left. So it could have gone to overtime, but no, it did not. And I think Lincoln was a little pissed off that they let that one go, and the fact that they pissed it down their legs. I mean, that's really what they did. I mean, it was still 3-1 at the end of 2. So we had started getting our mojo back anyway, but then, stuff happens, obviously. And, well, they blew a 3-goal lead. So that's that. So March 7th comes around. And if we go all the way back to March 7th, obviously, we switched venues. Lincoln was here in town. Now, obviously, they were going to be pissed from last night, well, this Thursday night, which, I mean, can you really blame them? Honestly, not really. If I was in their position, I'd probably, the fact we were up 3-0 and the fact we're the best team in the whole league and we blew it, I mean, I'd be pissed off just as much as anyone would, to be quite honest with you. I mean, yeah, that would make you angry. Well, it was at that point Lincoln decided to be absolute menaces to society. Now, we were already off on a pretty bad foot when Gavin Gary got a game misconduct, which thankfully was taken away. That did not happen. It was slashing and a 5-minute major for boarding. So, I mean, that already did not make a whole lot of sense. And then Lincoln decided to be, like I said, absolute menaces, checking from behind. They take that penalty, and Jacob Rombach and Liam Hupka get into a fight. And Hupka, of course, absolutely blew Rombach to bits. So then the second period comes around, and there was another fight, because of course there was. I don't know why I remembered that there were 3 fights instead of 2, which there actually was only 2 in the game. So all of a sudden, this guy from Lincoln by the name of Nick Young, he decided to instigate a fight, which already will get you kicked out of the game, and you'll have a 1-game suspension. That's automatic, no matter what. And so we did that. And then, of course, Dallas View got penalized for fighting, obviously, because it's a 5 and 10. So, yeah. And then from that point on, it was pretty bad. I'll just say that. Things just did not go Sioux City's way in that game, period. I mean, without a doubt in that one. So that was that. And then Friday night after the game, Lincoln's coach, Rocky Russo, has this show that he does where he basically comments about the game. Here's what he had to say. Now, granted, this video I'm about to show you is actually lost media, pretty much. Sorry, that's just a Lance Stewart old vlog, obviously, because he's married now, and that's not who he's married to. So, yeah, so Lincoln's coach does his comments like he usually does, and boy, oh boy, a big feud spiraled out of control. I'll just tell you that much. Just listen to what he had to say. Just listen.
Your teams in the league. I don't have a whole lot of respect for them, and they hit guys from behind, they hit guys in the head, they jump guys from behind. I don't have a lot of respect for that. I think there's a right and a wrong way to play the game, and to see guys get run and to get slew-footed and to get hit from behind and hit in the head, I don't believe in that, and so it's hard for me to respect that when they're happy to play that way. I don't really care if they see that or hear this or not.
Okay, so that by itself would, obviously he's trying to make a team look bad, and, well, he did. However, here's the thing. Rocky Russo forgot that it's a sporting event, and all sporting events are recorded. And we got video evidence that proves him completely wrong. I'm going to try and play the video. I think what I'll do is that I'll share the screen and then almost kind of link it up. So you might hear a little bit of a delay, but there will be captions on the screen. So here goes this.
Your teams in the league. I don't have a whole lot of respect for them, and they hit guys from behind, they hit guys in the head, jump guys from behind. I don't have a lot of respect for that. I think there's a right and a wrong way to play the game, and to see guys get run and to get slew-footed and get hit from behind, hit in the head, I don't believe in that, and so it's hard for me to respect that when they're happy to play that way. I don't really care if they see that or not.
So, it was after this video was posted. Now, this video was posted probably an hour and a half before the game against Sioux Falls. Boy, oh boy, this made things really interesting behind the scenes. First of all, the league made the teams both take down both of their videos. So already that is not a good look because we basically exposed him pretty much. And then to add, now if it was just that, we wouldn't be here for as long as possible, or we wouldn't be here for very long. However, though, there's a whole nother twist to this story. It keeps getting better. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll have that after the break. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to. I'll tell you that much.
When I grow up, I want to file all day. I want to claw my way up to middle management. Be replaced on a whim.
I want to have a brown nose. I want to be a yes man. Yes woman.
Yes, sir. Coming, sir.
Anything for a raise, sir.
When I grow up,
I want to be underappreciated.
be paid less for doing the same job. I want sunshine blowing up my dress.
Oh, shoot. Whoops. Because, of course, this would happen.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm
Step into the wizarding world across 3 parks at Universal Orlando Resort.
What's in the bag? Lunch. Big Mac, fries. Play for it. You and me for my Big Mac. First one to miss, what does the winner eat? No, dumpling. One me. Which me? Get in there. Off the floor, off the scoreboard, off the bankboard, no rim. Over the second rafter, off the floor, nothing but net. Through the window, off the wall, nothing but net.
What you want is what you get in the God of the day.
Off the expressway, over the river, off the billboard, through the window, off the wall, nothing but net.
Give me back that filet fish. Give me that fish. Give me back that filet fish. Give me that fish. What if it were you hanging up on this wall? If it were you in that sandwich, you wouldn't be laughing at all. So give me back that filet fish. Give me that fish. Oh.
I'm in a timeout because apparently riding the dog like it's a small horse is frowned upon in this establishment. Luckily, though, I can conceal this bad boy underneath my blanket just so I can get on E-Trade, check my investment portfolio, research stocks, and set conditional orders. Wait, why are you taking? Oh, I see. Hey, Max, would it kill you to throw a guy a warning bark? I wanted a bird.
E-Trade. Investing Unleashed.
We represent the Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild.
The Lollipop Guild. And in the name of the Lollipop Guild. What happened to our voices? This is not good. Package for the Lollipop Guild. I'll sign for that. Nice what you got here.
That's better. We wish to welcome you to Punch and Plan.
Whether it's overseas or over the rainbow, FedEx can give it to places other shipping companies can only imagine.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Ronnie Show. Okay, well, let's get back to our story. Obviously, we were covering Rocky Russo and his idiotic comments he made, and for him just being an idiot, period, to be quite honest with you, because he is so hypocritical. It is unreal, to say the least. However, though, this saga gets... we haven't even gotten to the best part of this yet. So, the Monday after this happened, so this would have been last Monday, which would have been March 10th. So our radio play-by-play announcer has a show that he does weekdays. Monday through Friday, he does 2 shows, one from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., and then does another one in the afternoon from 4 to 6 in the late afternoon / evening. Well, he makes a comment saying that if you were to go back and look at the stats from the last 20 years, Lincoln would be one of the most penalized teams like in the league, if that makes sense. If we were to go back and look at the last 20 years on average, Lincoln would have the highest penalty minutes out of any team. So, that idea triggered a thought in my brain. So, I actually went back and looked at the past 20 years to see if Curtis was right or not. And the results, well, they're going to shock you, that's for sure. So, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I don't know if I don't want to like put it in the full view. I'm afraid we're going to go off the air if we do that, so they're just going to have to do it like this. All right. So, here's what I did. I went back, and you're going to see how the table is set up here. So, as you can see on the left corner, we've got the years, like the seasons, and then we have the penalty minutes, what they were ranked in penalty minutes that year, and if they were in first, then you obviously see the black box, and if they weren't in first, how many did they miss first place by? So, and I also put the head coach of that team at that time. So, obviously, you'll see where I'm coming from and why Rocky Russo's an idiot. So, we'll start out in the 2005-2006 season. Now, you're seeing this at home, too. In fact, you actually are pretty much seeing this more clearly than I can on my own end. But obviously, as you could see, Lincoln, half of those years that you see on the screen just about, they were in first place in penalty minutes. And that was more of a Jim McGroarty style of hockey. That's how he coached. And obviously, as you can see for Sioux City, the coaches they had, Dave Siciliano, Luke Strand, Brett Larson, Jay Verde, you can't see his name, but, you look at those coaches, and really, as you can see, the highest was number 3 in penalty minutes, which Brett Larson, he was that kind of a coach, more of a physical, kind of like a Jim McGroarty, but not as outrageous as, he was, obviously. And even without him, even without Jim McGroarty, you could still see the lowest they were at was 4 in those 12-ish years you see on the screen. So, obviously there's something going on there that we can't, or that, that happened all of those years ago. Now, we're going to go to the next slide. These are the next, 8 years after that. Obviously, Lincoln, in these last couple of years, they have gotten a little bit better. However, they are still not, they haven't dropped into the bottom half of the standings in terms of penalty minutes. It was as low as 7, but look at how much they missed first place by. It's 2 digits or in the lower 3-digit numbers. So, I mean, and as you've seen, with Sioux City, it's been, by at the most, I think about 700. In fact, wait, hold on. I think, in the 09-010 season, they missed first place Lincoln by nearly 1,000, 3 short of 1,000 points. Penalty minutes, excuse me. So that is not good at all. And obviously with Rocky Russo, it has improved, but in the first 2 years of his tenure, they were still, the Lincoln Stars of probably 10 years ago around that time. 15 years ago, actually, would probably be the nicer. So here are the final averages. Now, I did this in 2 ways. One, I included the average from the last 19 seasons, and then obviously I included the average when it came to this year. So, Lincoln, on average, had almost 1,300 penalty minutes when you include, the averages from this year and including this year and then not including this year. It adds up to be nearly 1,300. And on average, they ranked between place number 2 and number 3 in terms of penalty minutes in the last 20 years. And then on average, they missed first place when they didn't get first place by anywhere between 155 and 165 penalty minutes. So they weren't actually very far from the top when you look at the averages and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, obviously with COVID and stuff, that kind of it will skew some of these numbers. I got to be honest with you, because, there were less games being played and some teams didn't play the, exact number of games during COVID years. So, yeah, that obviously will play into some of these averages. Just a little FYI. Now we'll do a little comparison here. Sioux City, on average, they've had only about 935 to 950 penalty minutes per season. And obviously, whenever they've ranked, it's between, they've either ranked about either 8th or 9th place in penalty minutes. So right in the middle of the pack in the league. And when they've missed first place, it's been by anywhere between 400 and 430 penalty minutes. So what Rocky Russo said, not only is he an idiot, he's just flat out wrong. Like, they're one of the dirtier teams in the league. Okay, maybe this year, and you'll see why. Because over the last 20 seasons, I put on the spreadsheet, I put every single year where teams were when it came to penalties. And obviously, as you can see, Lincoln's all the way at the top, Sioux City's all the way at the bottom. So yeah, next year, we go to the next year. Boom. It's almost the same thing. I mean, Sioux City, they've inched a little bit closer, and heck, Lincoln and Sioux City got the 2nd and 3rd place positions in the 2012-13 season. But, either way, Lincoln is still all the way up there, and Sioux City is like trailing behind them right around the middle range. In fact, they get that much farther apart in these next 5 seasons as well. I mean, it's just incredible when you look at it. Now, obviously, this last slide, it's, Sioux City, they obviously, as you can see, they've overtook Lincoln. However, though, here are the final standings. Now, these are all the current teams that are currently playing in the league, that have been in the league the last 20 seasons. Curtis was right on the money. They have got first place, and they've averaged first place in penalty minutes over the last 20 years, and it's not even close. The next closest team is by 200 penalty minutes, and that is by Omaha. So Curtis was right. Rocky Russo was wrong. No hard feelings, Rocky. You're just an idiot. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, as you can see, we have that little stat line at the bottom. Last time Sioux City was ahead of Lincoln in penalty minutes was all the way back during the 02-03 season. That is a striking statistic, I'll tell you that much. So yeah, safe to say, Rocky Russo, he's just an idiot. And right now they're about to go into overtime with Fargo, tied up at 2, when Fargo had the lead and had pretty much been outplaying them the entire game. So that only goes to show you how much now they're not really on a downward trend. To be fair, I think personally, in my opinion, they have clinched first place. Sioux Falls, they've clinched 2nd. Waterloo, they haven't quite clinched 3rd. And we haven't clinched 4th yet. I think we could still get to 3rd place, although Tri-City is going to cause quite a problem, like they did earlier on, well, as they have really all season long. So that'll be something to look out for. So yeah. Anyway, we are out of time. Thank you all so much for joining us here tonight for an interesting show. It's always interesting when we do these kinds of shows. We will have one more episode revealing my March Madness bracket later on in the week, and next week too as well. However, both of those will be pre-filmed. So yeah, we're going to go back to pre-filming these shows. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all. I think Wednesdays when I'm going to release that. I'll film it tomorrow and it will be released on Wednesday. Take care. Adios.